It's been a little while, I know. I'll explain as best I can. There are times when no matter how dedicated you are to the art you're making or the path you're walking, there are times when you can become afraid and unable to move and unmotivated, if you will. I have experienced a season of that. In addition to the work that I'm doing, a little fear and a little new roads in life popped up. Let's put it that way. So, it is currently mid-December of 2023, and let me take you back a little bit, a few months. Now, I work in arguably the most famous haunted hotel in the world, the Stanley Hotel, the inspiration for Stephen King's Shining movie. And as you might expect, October is part of the busy season. In fact, it's part of the busiest time of year. Busy season runs from like early June through the end of October. And at one point, we were doing 6 nights a week and 4 programs a night. It was rough. It was an adventure. I relished every moment of it, getting the opportunity to be on stage in front of those people and to continue to hone the story and the program that is being created there. I owe a huge amount of thanks to Aidan Sinclair, who came up with the skeleton, if you will, the foundation of the program that's running, and he turned it over to me, and I'm terribly grateful for that. So I do owe him a big thank you for putting my feet in this path. So highly successful, lots of sellouts, lots of people talking and even coming back, returning to the seance chamber to see what it is that I am crafting inside there. And the program is fluid enough to where you could come multiple times and never see the same show twice. It's a lot of fun. And I strive to make it both entertaining and spooky and uplifting all at the same time. It's a daunting challenge, but I've been enjoying it very much. So, gearing up for the busy season, one morning I woke up early October, like the first or second, early first part of the second week of October, and my eyes would not track together. Your eyes tend to follow each other around as you're looking around, and my eyes had suddenly gotten independent of each other, and I had like a crippling double vision. I could not make my right eye track with my left eye. That's really the long and short of it. So, thinking that it might be an extra symptom of the Bell's palsy that I had a few months ago, I thought, well, put on an eye patch and let one eye rest, and let the other eye work, and let's see how that happens. And I tried it on each side just to see which was more effective, and it turned out when the patch is on the other eye, I get extremely dizzy, and almost to the point of vertigo. So I did a week or so with this, and did not cancel a single show. I'm proud to say that. I was never, well, we'll get to the point where, I'll tell you, spoiler alert, I was never in any critical danger. There was never, it turns out that I was never in peril. Let's put it that way. So after the first week, I got up on my day off, and I went to urgent care, and I'm like, well, look, this is happening. This is going back and forth, and this is what's going on. So they gave me a bunch of tests, and they took some blood, and they ran some tests with that, and they recommended and sent me immediately over to the emergency room in Estes Park. And when I got over there, they took a look at me. They did some tests, and they ordered an emergency MRI. So I was taken down to Boulder, to the hospital in Boulder, and spent the next 10 or 12 hours or so undergoing a lot of x-rays and scans and an MRI on my skull. The good news is no tumors, no signs of meningitis, no stroke, no danger of anything happening there at all. Very clean bill of health. It just seemed to be that my eye was not going to work. So then I made an appointment with an ophthalmologist on the recommendation of the hospital. And I went to see her. And she ran her own tests on things. And she's like, well, it seems that the problem is that the muscle that pulls this eye to the right is failing or has failed because of a lack of good circulation. She said she's seen it before. Her advice was that in 4 to 6 months, it may heal on its own. It may come back to tracking on its own. It's been a little over 2 months now, and I have not seen any improvement. But I've certainly gotten used to wearing the eye patch, and I can drive okay, mostly because work is only a half a mile away. It's frightening. At some points, it's been terrifying. It's incredibly frustrating, to say the least, but it's amazing what we can adapt to if we have to. So we will see. I have another appointment in January, and we'll see where we are and see where we're going to progress from here. In the meantime, one of the things that got found as they were scanning my head was that my lower jaw and parts of my upper jaw, the bone had an infection, something that had just happened. And they said it seemed fairly recent. They felt like they were catching it pretty early. The only thing is that they'd have to remove my teeth to cure the infection, to get to the bones that they had to. And truth be told, my teeth have not been in the greatest shape for the past few years, and that's kind of an understatement. So as soon as busy season was over, literally the day after Halloween, I went into an oral surgeon, and we did a lot of preparation, and we did a lot of things, and we talked about a lot of options and costs and everything and so on. And on November the 7th, I had all the teeth in my head extracted. And I've been fitted with a temporary plate, which, while my gums heal and my jaw heals and everything else that happened with the surgery there, heals up. And that will take 8 months to a year. And then I'll be fitted with permanent dentures that won't be quite as clunky as the ones that I'm wearing now. See? Now I'm told my speech has improved since I first started wearing these. It was really, really bad for a week or so. But I can be understood. And while I can hear the lisping and the breaks in my normal speech pattern and rhythm, most people have said that they can't. So I'm very fortunate again. Modern science, modern medicine has helped me immensely, and I am very grateful for that. So that catches us up, doesn't it? So I didn't miss a single show. Very proud of that. Had a really great spooky season, and finished off very strong, I feel like. Towards the end of the year, towards the end of this month, there's going to be some Card Monkey shows. We're going to do some magic shows at the Underground here at the Stanley Hotel, and continuing with the seance through the end of the year and on into the next year. I have some ideas as we progress forward. Next busy season, it's going to be even better, more personal, more connective, while we dance our little dance. We do this all year round, so I'm not going anywhere. We've just taken the shows down to like 3 or 4 days a week and 2 or 3 shows a night. That seems to be sufficient for the off season, as it were. And the show's got a good reputation, and people are coming back and returning now and again to see the show again. So I'm in a very happy place. I wake up to beauty all around me, to the view. There's not a bad view in any direction that I turn. And I am blessed with good friends and loving family. Going to get to see my granddaughter for the first time in a few days. I'm very much looking forward to that. So yeah, that's where we are. That's where we're caught up. I could use your help. I could use your good wishes, your uplift, your appeals to the universe, your prayers, however you say them. And to put it quite bluntly, I have medical bills now in the vicinity of around $30,000, and payment plans that work out pretty well. I have a Patreon that if you would like to help support this art and this artist, the link will be down in the description as per usual. I have a book that is out if you'd just like to read about what it's like to be a traveling magician. There'll be a sequel to that book coming up very shortly, and an even bigger magic book sometime in the murky but close future. All those things would do well to help me get along my path and where we're going. Yeah, thank you for being there. What I am going to do, some things I've been contemplating over, is that I'm going to restart Ask Hannibal Anything Mondays. And what I'll do is I'll put a comment or something on my community page, and you can ask any questions you'd like for the upcoming Ask Hannibal Anything Monday. And I will try to get to everyone, and we may even do some live streaming on weekends or weekend afternoons, and we'll talk about magic, and we'll talk about spooky magic, and we'll talk about mentalism and seances and the process and how to work and how to keep working. Been doing this over 30 years, and I've gained a couple of insights. So that's where we are. More communication, more podcasts across the table, more writing and more sharing. I just went through a dark valley, and now I am coming out on the other side, and I feel empowered, and I feel magic. Thanks for listening. I hope there's love where you are.